Greetings and welcome to our words of encouragement for the month of November. My name is Sarah-Odwa, and this month we are looking at the theme healing. The words that go together with that theme is wholeness, wellness, soundness. Someone defined healing as the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. These words of encouragement come with the backdrop of the great victory of our Springboks, who are now the world champions for the fourth time, and they'll be landing within an hour's time. It's more than just the trophy that they are bringing, even though we are excited about that. It's the hope, it's the unity, it is the inspiration of what is possible. It is healing for us as a Rainbow Nation. So it's exciting to be talking about healing at a time when we see the possibilities happening around us in our country. When we look at the word in Isaiah 53, the prophet prophesying about Christ, talking about how he was wounded for our transgressions, how he was crushed for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. And the Apostle Peter puts it so beautifully, looking back at a work that was accomplished at the cross, and says, by whose wounds we were healed. And we thank God for the transaction that took place, that he sent Jesus Christ, his only son, to stand in the gap for us when he was travailing in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was travailing for you and my soul, for you and my sin, because when we're talking about the process of healing, it is a process that starts with our spirit. In our spirit man, we had taken up the form of our sinful nature from the fall of Adam. And when he died, he gave us righteousness and exchanged sin, that through him and through death on the cross, we might receive the imputed righteousness which comes through faith in him and the work that he does for us. And that process releases our spirits. It frees us from guilt. It frees us from condemnation, because we have a mediator and we have an advocate who stands for us before the Father. And therefore healing comes in our spirits as a result of that. He also brought healing for us in our souls, because he is the shepherd of our souls. He's the keeper of our hearts. And Psalm 23 tells us that he restores my soul. And so he knows the pain that you and I go through, process of grief, of betrayal, of anger, all these kind of things that get stuck in our souls. And sometimes we feel we cannot move on when situations happen around us. Some of us are prisoners in our souls. We can't think properly. We are under pressure mentally because we are struggling with all these things that I want to say that come into our souls. But we have a shepherd who is able, if we open the door for him and allow him to minister life and free the way we think, which ultimately affects the way we feel, and then those two aligned dictate the decisions and the choices that we make. In our bodies, when we talk about physical healing, he bore himself, he bore our sin, he bore our transgressions, the sickness and death that came as a result of our fall. He bore it in his body. When he was nailed, we know that his feet were nailed, his hands were nailed, the sword that pierced his side, and the crown of thorns that came on his head. All of these were buying healing for us, so that today we can stand boldly in his name and receive not just symptomatic healing, which is temporary, but we receive wholeness in our healing. As I end these words today, I want to encourage you with one key. There are many keys that will help us unlock healing for us. But the one key that I have seen in my life personally is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a key that opens a door to healing. It is almost like a drain cleaner that when you use it, it opens wholeness for you. So I want to encourage you that as we close here today, if there are people that you are holding in your heart, grudges, anger that comes, and justifiably so perhaps. But will you do yourself a favor? Will you love yourself enough to make a decision today to forgive and to let go and hand over those people to the Lord for your own healing? May the Lord bless you as you do.